I did want to elicit certain emotions from my audience. I wanted to create a sobering read that kind of allowed the audience to want a social revolution or wanting an advocacy for these children back in 1917, even if we can't physically do it now. Because in this time period, baby farms were such a thing that were not documented and kind of nobody really saw because they weren't on the forefront of any media. This baby farm manual actually shocked the public, and I wanted to create that in the audience as well, that kind of shock. So I kind of used more um, descriptive images and pulled some dialogue and some statistics from the baby farms manual to incorporate into my work. I wanted the audience to understand why advocacy was such an important thing and how trauma and decline of life actually happened when these weren't in place. I also wanted to allow the audience to see how these baby farms were emotionally detrimental as well as physical to the well-being of these children. And I think that I succeeded by completing a two-part work. My first part was clinical case notes that were based off the stats and the reportings from the manual, and then the second part was more of an emotional outlook that added that humanizing perspective to it. The statistics I tried to keep unbiased, while the emotional I tried to include greater imagery to cause emotional um, compulsions within the audience so they would feel this kind of stoicism and hatred for the conditions that were actually occurring at that time. And that would result in realizing why advocacy was such an important factor that was missing.